Good afternoon and welcome everyone. My name is Michael Hughes. I'm the Deputy Director over the Contracts and Services Division for the Aviation Department. My division is responsible for the department's professional services and goods and services procurement. I want to thank you for joining us virtually today for the Business Education Series all about aviation. This program serves to expand our current outreach initiatives by offering quarterly virtual sessions on a variety of topics covering different aspects of our 3 airports. This session initiates our second year of offering this series to our business and stakeholder communities. The goal of this program is to share information with you about our airports and try to rotate topics by highlighting different divisions, upcoming opportunities, business processes, and more. If you have something that you'd like our team to discuss, please feel free to reach out. We'd love to hear from you. Today's session will focus on the airport's concession program. Members of our business and properties team will provide some valuable information on how our concession program operates, as well as information on some upcoming opportunities. So before we get started, I'd like to introduce our Aviation Assistant Director, Roxanne Favors. Roxanne oversees multiple business operations for the Aviation Department, including the Business and Properties Division. Roxanne, thank you for joining us today.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Michael had mentioned, my name is Roxanne Favors, and as an Assistant Aviation Director, my role is the Chief Revenue Officer for the Aviation Department. I know that your time is very valuable, and I'm very grateful that you're sharing it with us today. As Michael had mentioned, today's session was really to focus on airport concession program. We know to achieve our vision for our airports, which is extraordinary airports for a thriving Phoenix, and our mission to welcome the world to Phoenix through ambitious, sustainable airports that everyone loves, we could not do this without our business partners, as they play a significant role. For our airports, we strive to provide our passengers with a unique experience by cultivating the best of our community culture through dining and shopping and creating that sense of place. Our airport sense of place is supported by the business owners that thrive on innovation and diversity. As Michael had mentioned, today is going to be a wealth of information that our presenters are going to share with you. And now I'd like to turn it over to John Ojeda, who's the Aviation Business and Properties ACDBE Tenant Relations Manager. He will kick off the presentation. John.
Roxanne, Michael, thank you for those great introductions. And here again, we are welcoming you to the 4th session of the Business Education Series. So again, good afternoon. I am John Ojeda with the Concessions team, specifically food and beverage and tenant relations. The City of Phoenix owns and operates the Phoenix Airport System, which consists of Sky Harbor International, Deer Valley, and Goodyear airports. Phoenix Sky Harbor International serves more than 130,000 passengers daily, with more than 1,000 flights per day, and has a total economic impact of more than $44.3 billion. $Billion per year. We take pride in meeting the needs of our region's thriving population, and planned improvements will add to our ability to remain America's friendliest airport. So our agenda today here for you is showcasing a few of the things that we will be covering. So first of all, we will address what business and properties as a division is responsible for. That includes the concession section. We also have our food, beverage, retail, and passenger services at work at Phoenix, Deer Valley, and Goodyear airports that we will discuss. The type of concessions that will that are currently operated by our team. In addition to that, procurement and contracting services, along with upcoming future opportunities, and last but not least, resources for doing business with the airports in addition to the City of Phoenix. Remember, all questions are good questions. So if you have any questions during the presentation, please enter them into the chat box. All questions will be answered at the end of the presentation. In addition to that, we'd like to take note that this session is being recorded to serve as a future resource for attendees today and/or other attendees that would like to watch who are currently not present. So we often hear the phrase that teamwork makes the dream work. So let's introduce that dream team. Here we are, the concessions team. Happy to introduce myself, again, John Ojeda. I'm responsible for some food beverage here as well as AC tenant relations. Sitting to my right is Mr. Tim Spar, and to my left is Ms. Gina Almares. Now, the three of us, in addition to Sarah Morato, will be presenting all of the information today. So please do take note. The first three here in the team of concessions will be discussing further items with you. Ms. Janet Lee is also a part of concessions, along with Mr. Kevin Eister. In continuation, we have Ms. Christina Pylant, Mr. Trey Nicholas, Mr. Noah Campbell, Ms. Corrine Ulmer, Mr. Persan De Silva, and our fearless leader, our Deputy Director, Mr. Richard Graham. As you can see on this slide, it shows the airports in the valley, but we definitely would like to take the three highlighted and showcase that operation system, which is the City of Phoenix Airport System. The operation, as a self-supporting business enterprise at the Aviation Department, owns and operates Deer Valley, Phoenix, and Goodyear. The Aviation Department and the three airports is a self-supporting business enterprise. Exciting data to share with you. As of 2022, the Arizona State University W.P. Carey School of Business provided the following highlights. It's often said that Phoenix Sky Harbor National Airport is the economic engine of the state of Arizona. So as we look at 2022, here are some areas of impact that the airport is responsible for. 19.3 million daily spending by aviation visitors in the region. That equates to a direct output of aviation services of $13.3 billion per year, billion with a B. We have over 1,000 aircraft that arrive and depart daily. With that comes 130,000 passengers each day, with 120 domestic destinations, 25 international destinations, equating to more than 47,000 jobs, direct jobs as airport operations and through our partnerships. That equates to 245,000 plus employees with a payroll of more than $14.8 billion. Economic impact of our airport system. So how does this all happen? A huge portion of that is based on concessions here at Sky Harbor, Deer Valley, and Goodyear. So with that, we are going to talk to you next about the concessions landscape. With that, I'd like to bring up my colleague, Mr. Tim Spar. Tim.
Thank you, John. Hello, I'm Tim Spar, Project Manager of Retail Concessions. Our three airports serve different customer demographics: commercial airlines, private and corporate aviation, cargo, flight training schools, heavy aircraft maintenance, military operations, and mid to long-term aircraft storage. The Business and Properties Division Concessions section manages all three airports as food and beverage, retail, vending, and passenger services programs. Phoenix Sky Harbor, our largest airport, serves passengers with food and beverage, retail, vending, and passenger services opportunities. Deer Valley Airport offers a full-service food and beverage location and vending opportunities. And Goodyear Airport offers vending services opportunities. Sky Harbor Airport offers concession services and opportunities across two terminals, that being Terminal 3 and Terminal 4, encompassing 10 post-security concourses, 2 pre-security lobbies, 1 post-security lobby, and 2 pre-security baggage claim areas. Terminal 3 served more than 12.4 million passengers in 2023. We have 15 airline partners in Terminal 3 who are Advanced Airlines, Air Canada, Alaska Airlines, Allegiant, Breeze Airways, Contour Airlines, Delta Airlines, Denver Air Connection, Frontier Airlines, Hawaiian Airlines, JetBlue Airways, Southern Airways Express, Spirit Airlines, Sun Country Airlines, United Airlines, and more to come in the future. Terminal 3 consists of 2 post-security airline concourses, 1 post-security lobby, 1 smaller pre-security lobby, and 1 pre-security baggage claim area. We will discuss an upcoming concessions opportunity in Terminal 3 later in the presentation. Terminal 4 is the largest terminal at Sky Harbor Airport. In 2023, Terminal 4 served more than 36.1 million domestic and international passengers. The 2 largest airlines serving Terminal 4 are American Airlines and Southwest Airlines, which combined flew 35.4 million domestic and international passengers in 2023 utilizing Terminal 4. The domestic airlines serving Terminal 4 are American Airlines and Southwest Airlines. Terminal 4 is Sky Harbor Airport's largest international gateway. Our international airline partners in Terminal 4 are Air France, American Airlines, British Airways, Condor Airlines, Flair Airlines, coming soon is Porter Airlines, Southwest Airlines, Volaris, WestJet, and even more. Along the path of travel, Terminal 4 consists of 8 post-security airline concourses, 1 pre-security lobby, and 1 pre-security baggage claim area, providing innovative concession concepts. Later, we will discuss an upcoming concessions opportunity in Terminal 4. The total airport-wide concession program totals 134 locations, stores, and passenger services. We currently have 69 food and beverage locations, 48 retail stores, and 17 direct passenger services. Food and beverage specializes in local, national, and internationally recognized brands, including Santan Brewery, which is pictured here, Wildflower Bread Company, and Dunkin' Donuts. Our prime retail partners are Paradis Lagardère, Hudson Biovolta, Casa Enterprises, and the Marshall Retail Group, who all provide a welcoming shopping environment, including Native American artwork, designer clothing, high-tech travel supplies, beverages, candies, magazines, local concepts, and even stuffed llamas. Recently, No Boundaries, which is pictured here, is an exciting new Paradis Lagardère retail store partnered with Concessions and the City of Phoenix's Parks and Recreation Department Take a Hike, Do It Right program, promoting the City of Phoenix's hiking trails, hiking safety, and the city's nature-centric offerings to our visitors and residents. The Airport Concessions Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program, also known as ACDBE, brings local, national, and international flair to Sky Harbor Airport, such as Fazoli's, Pete's Coffee, and Chick-fil-A. Passenger services include many amenities for our airport customers. We have chiropractic services from Shell at Sky Harbor, the American Express escape lounges, Wi-Fi, and advertising opportunities, just to name a few. Our concession partners offer excellent retail products, food and beverage options, and passenger services, equating to a welcoming, innovative, and industry-leading passenger experience. Some of our prime partners include HMS Host, Paradis Lagardère, the Marshall Retail Group, Cavu, Kind Hospitality, Casa Unlimited Enterprises, Hudson Biovolta, SSP Americas, and many more. Now, John is going to talk about our prime model. John?
Excellent. Thank you, Tim. Lots of great information. So let's dive a little bit deeper into that. The prime model, the prime operator, what exactly is that and how does it work? So as Tim provided, airport prime operators and local concept overview as those currently operating, how exactly does one participate in this? What does the breakdown look like? And how does it work for small business? So question is, how do we create and maintain innovative passenger experience at our 3 airports? Well, it definitely starts with that prime model. So let's talk about that. As Assistant Director Favors indicated, that we set the bar for inclusion. We set the bar for culturally and diverse businesses, for shopping, dining, and passenger experience. So with more than 134 food, beverage, retail operators, and passenger services, how does that process continue to be so successful? Again, the basis of our success is that Concessions prime model. So we look at the prime operator initially, that is the bidder or a potential operator coming to the airport, very similar to a contracting opportunity. A contractor bids on an opportunity which they must submit and provide partnerships with subcontractors. Very same concept as we talk about our prime model. For those concessions primes looking to bid on a current opportunity, they have the ability to utilize and include subtenants and or joint venture partnerships. In addition to that, there are license agreements that many of them operate under, which we will show in a future slide. And last but certainly not least, the other piece of that puzzle is goods and or services. So in essence, a large company bids on the concession opportunity. We, the airport, as Roxanne indicated, have an outreach requirement, that opportunity to utilize a small business, or as we say, cast the net. In essence, fostering small business participation. Partnering with other businesses, again, includes those subtenant opportunities as well as license agreements. The prime model is a win for all because it allows for unique products, services, and offerings to our traveling public, such as a local artist that may be providing to a prime, a mid-sized company that might be providing printing services, and also providing menus to our local restaurant concepts for their menu boards and or printed materials, a large construction company that would be responsible for building a brand new full service cafe in one of the terminals. In many ways, our local partners also are able to showcase the local flair of Phoenix, the state, and the region, experiencing the valley, in essence, without leaving the airport. To many, the prime model means the opportunity to do business with or in the airport or both. As you can see in the photo here, this is a prime model at its best. Our mayor, city council, airport management team all embrace the prime model. They are committed partners to our local businesses. Here we highlight TMG Hospitality. TMG initially began as a small business operating under a prime in the prime model as a subtenant of one concession. TMG now has more than one concession in multiple locations and also serves as a prime operator in our rental car center. The next few slides are going to highlight those partners that make this passenger experience the best that it possibly can be for our travelers. In no particular order, first we have HMS Host by Avolta. They operate currently as a prime, and as a prime operator for food and beverage, they have many license agreements under their contract, highlighting here specifically Barrio Cafe. As many know, Barrio is a local renowned restaurant known across the nation for being one of the best restaurants for Mexican food in the United States. In addition to that, their subtenant highlighted here is Half Moon Empanadas, a small business operator in our Terminal 3 location. Additionally, they have the ability and the need to utilize goods and services in many areas. In this particular case, the responsibility of a small operator providing vending machines for vending services, food, beverage, and snacks, as you can see list or showcased here in the photo. Moving right along, our next prime operator in the food and beverage world is SSP Americas. They are in strong partnerships with many local businesses, highlighting their offerings, showcasing many of our local flair for food in the Valley. First, you see under a license agreement is Phoenix Beer Company, a very local concept. Tammy Co. To Go, a local celebrity chef here in the Valley offering amazing baked goods as a grab-and-go opportunity. The last photo you see here is vending. Vending being offered to the traveling public as well as employees here at the airport is a good and service that SSP America employs. We next move on to the Grove, which is our newest prime operator here in Terminal 4 and our newest concourse. The Grove, as a prime operator, has a license agreement specifically Bobby Flay's Burgers, as you can see, license agreement at the bottom left. One of the newest and great additions to the airport, Bobby's Burgers, along with Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is part of our new concourse, operated as a subtenant, who is also an AC DBE. And then last but certainly not least, you see goods and services. Anyone in the restaurant business knows that it takes quite a team to run a restaurant, including those individuals that will come and service hoods. In a place like Chick-fil-A, it's definitely needed. We need to make sure our hoods are clean for a variety of reasons. Moving right along to Kind Hospitality as another prime operator. Success story here, Kind Hospitality started out with one individual. Restaurant in our Terminal 3 now operates through the growth and the opportunities through Sky Harbor's Terminal 3, 4, and Deer Valley. Prime operator Kind Hospitality has a license agreement with Panera Bread. Also currently back to the Valley by popular demand, Fazoli's has recently opened in our airport as a subtenant. In addition to that, kitchens need deep cleaning for a variety of reasons. Just another general idea to give you as you think about opportunities at the airport. Our prime operators have the need for additional services beyond those that we typically think of, deep cleaning being one of them. On to Avolta on the retail side. Avolta operates as a prime operator. They've got license agreements like many. As you can see, the popular Starbucks has been showcased here under license agreement. Moving right along to those partnerships, Garrett's Popcorn, soon to be operational here as a subtenant. Additionally, for all you artists or those who may know an artist, one of the biggest things that we provide here in our retail operations is things such as Native American art, jewelry, specific pieces that have been made by local artists. So therefore, Avolta, we showcase their goods and services, really emphasized on the art area. Moving right along to MRG, also known as the Marshall Retail Group. Some of the newest and most innovative portions to come to the airport recently in our newest concourse, Uptown Phoenix, operating as a license agreement under MRG. In Motion is their subtenant, offering all the best of the tech product world. Moving right along, Melrose Pharmacy. Under goods and services, Melrose Pharmacy is a local pharmacy here in the Valley. Woman-owned ACDBE business has partnered to provide goods and services to the Marshall Retail Group. We continue on to Parodies. Parodies is one of the longer time operators here at Sky Harbor International Airport. Operates under a license agreement. TripAdvisor, one of the busiest retail stores here in the airport. You heard a little bit earlier from Mr. Tim Spar regarding Shell at Sky Harbor. We are very fortunate to have them as a subtenant, as Shell is providing a variety of chiropractic services, and proud to say we are one of a few airports that provide such a service. In addition to that, Parodies employs many goods and services, including those famous lollipops with a scorpion. Someone is producing those lollipops with scorpions that tend to get our travelers very excited to make that purchase. Just to highlight, again, someone is producing those. That is something that Parodies as a prime operator is out making purchases for. So again, keep that creativity flowing as you look through many of these businesses. As we know, there's lots of requirements needed to keep a business running. Next, we have emerging domestic market ventures. This success story highlights an owner who started off as a sub-tenant under a prime operator who over the years had the ability to grow his business. His business then evolved into a license agreement. You could see to my left here, left photo, is a picture of Sip Coffee, a very, very successful coffee shop in Phoenix that is doing some really tremendous things. So this owner has the ability to utilize that under a license agreement. In addition to that, providing additional goods and services as part of their offerings. Last but certainly not least, we move on to our prime operator, Casa Unlimited Enterprises Incorporated. This one is a second generation operational business at Sky Harbor International Airport. Originally started by the mother and now run by the daughter, who is currently doing some great things, not only in Sky Harbor, but through other operations throughout the country. As you can see, as a prime operator, azcentral.com, one of the busy retail shops in the airport. In addition to that, they do a super job in providing and highlighting great goods and service for many local artists throughout the region through their shop here, Lucky Break. Again, goods and services can include everything, as Tim indicated earlier today, including a llama. This llama indeed is for sale, and it does sell. People are very, very eager and excited once this llama is seen in person. Again, creativity, goods and services. So with Casa being our last highlight there, I'd like to introduce my colleague who is going to talk to you about some actual up-and-coming solicitations, opportunities, education, and background for those of you that might be interested. Ms. Gina.
Thank you, John. Hello, everyone. My name is Gina Alamaraz, and I am the project manager for Food and Beverage Concessions. I am excited to share two opportunities coming this fall of 2024. The first opportunity you see is in Terminal 4 for retail. This is for retail in Terminal 4 pre-security lobby area. It is approximately 1715 square feet or 1,715 square feet of space to provide essential travel merchandise. This opportunity will be open to all operators to bid on. The second opportunity is in Terminal 3. This solicitation is also anticipated for the fall of 2024. The Terminal 3 opportunity will be operating a micro restaurant on the passenger level of level 4 pre-security and a kiosk on the baggage level, level 1. The micro restaurant is approximately 680 square feet and the kiosk is approximately 209 square feet. This opportunity will be open to all ACDBE or small business operators. On the screen you see is a snippet of the City of Phoenix solicitations page. Here you can view all solicitations offered by Aviation and all city departments. There are also filters to help you search for anything specific, or if you click on the titles, it will put it in ascending or descending order. Additionally, there is a QR code that will take you straight to the website. We hope these future opportunities will be of interest to you. I would like to invite Small Business Engagement Manager Sarah Morado to discuss the resources available for doing business with the airport and with the City of Phoenix. Sarah?
Thank you, Gina. And thank you to the concessions team for all the great information that was shared. I know I learned quite a bit today, and I hope those of you tuning in were able to get a lot out of the presentation as well. As Gina mentioned, my name is Sarah Morato, and I'm the Small Business Engagement Manager. In my role, I oversee our education and outreach initiatives with businesses interested in working at our 3 airports. Before we get into the Q&A portion of the session, I just wanted to quickly share some general resources with all of you interested in learning more about how to get prepared to potentially do business with our department. So on this slide, you can see I'm going to have several websites that will be listed, and don't worry about having to jot all of this down because we do intend to email these slides out to all of you in attendance within 72 business hours after the event. So the first link here will lead you to our vendor registration portal. This is managed by the city's downtown finance department. Registration is open to any and all interested vendors. Once the self-registration process is complete, vendors will receive a notice via email anytime there's a solicitation within their stated scope of work. We recommend also periodically checking for current solicitations posted, which you can do so in this second QR code here. This is the same website that Gina was just discussing. There's a lot of great information here about each solicitation that posts, including the due dates, who the procurement officer is, and when a pre-solicitation meeting is scheduled, which we highly recommend you attend for any opportunities you are interested in bidding on. This next QR code will lead you to the city's Equal Opportunity Department website, which can provide you information on our certification programs. The city offers 3 types of certifications: the Small Business Enterprise Certification, or SBE, the Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Certification, or DBE, and the Airport Concessions Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Certification, or ACDBE. Please visit this website to learn more about these programs. You can also attend one of the certification workshops that they host each month to get an in-depth overview from one of our certification specialists. Also, if you enjoyed today's event, we do intend to continue offering more outreach events, both as part of this business education series, as well as for other specific opportunities. So if you're interested in learning more about our upcoming events, please make sure to visit our outreach website listed here. In addition, we will be posting all the information from today's session at this website as well. And lastly, you can visit our Sky Harbor business website to learn more about doing business with us. If you have any other questions or simply want to reach out, please be sure to contact us. And now I will hand it back over to John Ojeda to close us out.
Thank you, Sarah, for that resourceful information, and definitely those QR codes, extremely helpful. At this time, we'd like to take this opportunity to answer all and any questions that may have been provided into the system. So we will do our best to address the questions specifically. If there's something we don't have the answer for you at this time, we will be happy to go out and research that for you and reconnect with you at a later time.
All right, thank you, John. And I do see a couple questions pop up, but don't forget, if you have any, please pop them into the chat right now, and I'll go ahead and read through them, and we'll answer them to the best of our ability. So let's see. This first one, how does one go about becoming a subtenant to a prime? And I think I can speak to that a little bit, and then I'll turn it over to the concessions team if they have anything to add. So when we have a specific opportunity, we typically try to hold outreach events. So we will do fast pitch and matchmaking types of events in which some of our small businesses can then meet and pitch some of their products to the primes that are bidding on the opportunity. So we intend to continue doing those for some of the larger opportunities that are coming up here. We also, if you reach out to us individually, you saw our contact information in the previous slide, we're happy to help facilitate some of those conversations with the primes as well. So please reach out to us for any of that. John or Tim, is there anything else you'd like to add on that?
So Sarah, definitely you raised a good point. As far as the subtenants go, that's a great way to approach that. In addition to that, for those of you that are not looking for brick and mortar necessarily, you're looking at providing a good and or service. As an example, Skyharbor.com lists every single operator that this airport has as a concessionaire. So you're more than welcome to reach out that area specifically, do some homework, reach out to Sarah and say, you know, Sarah, I found the following 2 or 3 individual companies and or retailers. I'd like to provide a specific t-shirt to of some sort. And like Sarah said, you know, we're happy to make that connection and get you all, you know, that opportunity in the door. And at that point, it's up to you. But we're definitely here to make those connections for you.
Wonderful. Thank you for that, John. And we have a few more questions here, some positive feedback. So thank you. This has been incredibly helpful. Understanding how businesses and potential partners operate is crucial for the American Cancer Society. So that's great to hear. I'm curious, does the airport also manage consumer activations with nonprofits, such as point of sale campaigns for all concessions, retail stores / restaurants? Alternatively, do they have autonomy to collaborate with nonprofits independently? And that I'm not too sure of right now. I know the airport is always trying to do creative things to help highlight and support some of our partners in the Valley. So I would personally have to do a little more research and get back to you, but we will be saving this chat and reaching out to some of you if we don't have any responses at this time. Is there any additional information to share there?
Sarah, I think you're 100% accurate on that. That would definitely require more research.
Okay, but thank you for that question. I think that's something we would always want to look into. We have all sorts of creative programs at the airport, and we're always adding new things. So we'll definitely look into that and get back to you after the event. Another question here. I want to come in as a prime and have a joint venture with an ACDBE. Is it possible? And are any opportunities for that coming? And I'm sorry, if I want to come in as a prime and have a joint venture with an ACDBE, is it possible? I read that a little bit wrong. So there is many different models here at the airport. So there's definitely an opportunity to come in as a prime and have a joint venture with an ACDBE. John actually described several of those opportunities when he went through his prime models. So we do have some of those currently as a model in our airport. And we do have some opportunities coming up, the 2 that Gina just discussed, and we will have more available as well. So if you reach out to us, we can actually discuss some of those in a little bit further detail. And again, I did mention that the pre-solicitation meetings will go over a lot of that as we go more in depth into that. And then we will have some outreach event like business information meetings, fast pitch events, and things like that related to each opportunity as well. All right, let me see. We've got more questions coming in. Is there a list of the specific steps for a local small business to get their products into one or more of the retail stores? So we don't have a specific list, but we do have some advice, and some of that we've already shared. So a lot of that is doing some research, getting on the vendor registration list, looking at our website of who we're already in partnership with, reaching out to us, because getting into contact with those primes that already have retail establishments and pitching them some of your products, they're always looking for new things to highlight in their stores. So you can reach out to us for more information on that. Attending this outreach event was a great first step in making sure you're on our interest list so that you get emailed anytime there's an opportunity coming up would be great. And when we have outreach events where we have our primes in attendance, that's a great opportunity to have those partnerships with them. Anything else to add there? Okay, great. And I'm glad we've had a lot of questions, so this is wonderful. I'm a wholesaler of Mexican spirits. How do I go about having our products carried at lounges in the airports? So this is a similar question in terms of having a product in one of our stores. So again, we would encourage you to reach out. A lot of our lounge operators are posted on our website. Well, all of them are. Any of the businesses at the airport are on the skyharbor.com website. So you can see who is managing those lounges and reach out to them. If you need assistance with that, you can reach out to us. Our contact information is on the slides, so I'd be happy to point you in the right direction if you're having any trouble contacting any of those operators. Oh, yeah, of course. Go ahead, John.
So an additional item to add, specifically since it came up with lounges, not all lounges at Sky Harbor are managed by food and beverage, our concessions section. Many of the airlines lounges are managed specifically by the airlines themselves. So again, we cannot reiterate enough that first and foremost, if I was a business sitting out in the audience, I will take the advice of going directly to the website and familiarizing myself with any potential partners that I might be interested in, because indeed, if it's a partner that's outside of the business and property section, not that we cannot make the connection for them, but it's outside of our wheelhouse. Two, by understanding what is being provided here. I always tell individuals, complementary to what's currently here or not. Right, so what are we not offering to our traveling passengers? One of the things that Sky Harbor is known for is now unofficially America's tastiest airport. So how do we continue to do that? That's through our local flair, like Roxanne indicated earlier, reaching out to those small businesses to have representation. I always say taste Phoenix without leaving the airport, right? So again, do your research, create that as your platform, and see who you want to have that initial conversation. And as Sarah indicated, we'd be happy to make the connections where we can, but first and foremost, do a little bit of research so when you come to the table with your questions, you're kind of armed and loaded with who you know you're targeting.
That's great. Thank you, John, for adding to that. We do have a few more questions. Someone had some trouble when they reached out to us and that has not gotten a response. We will be saving this chat, so I do see your contact information here, so I'll make sure that we personally reach back out to you to answer any of your questions. Another one, what are the minimum requirements for a small business in order to participate in the Phoenix Concessions program? You are an artist, so that's going to vary a little bit. So if you're looking to do direct opportunity with us, so you're bidding on a contract with the City of Phoenix, we will have a set of requirements. You know, we usually have an evaluation panel and criteria there that may have information on the amount of experience that you have and a variety of other factors. And all of that would be listed in the solicitation and would be reviewed in those pre-solicitation meetings. If you're looking to joint venture or contract with one of the primes, they will likely have their own set of experience and criteria as well. So that will vary depending on how you plan to go about doing business here at the airport. And that looks like that is our last question. If there's anything else that you would like to reach out to us, we've got a couple more. They keep coming in. This is great. Will there be more concession RFP opportunities when the Terminal 3 North Concourse is completed? Can you share any future opportunities? So we will have opportunities in the future. Today, Gina just went over a couple of them that are in the near future, but we do put together our master procurement plan where we look at opportunities, 2 years and upwards. And we also have our CAMP, which is the Camp Comprehensive Asset Management Plan, where we look up to 10 years into the future of what kinds of, long-term plans that we have. So we do have those coming up. We just don't have details to share at this time, but please keep checking in with us. And like we've talked about the various resources of our solicitation page, registering as a vendor, looking at our outreach, we'll have more information to share as we get closer to those time periods. And I think that covers it. I want to give John and the concessions team an opportunity to share anything else and close us out.
Excellent questions. I think that opened up many other questions that some individuals may just not want to ask at this time. So as Sarah's indicated, we are here to help and answer questions where and when we can. Other opportunities coming down the pike, especially in our concessions world. So please make sure you indeed are registered so you receive that information as soon as it becomes available. With that being said, on behalf of the Phoenix International Sky Harbor Airport Business and Properties team, food, beverage, retail, and passenger services, we'd like to thank you for your time. We hope that you had a quick glimpse into this operation of ours that makes us America's friendliest airport from a concession standpoint. I'd like to thank Sarah for putting this together. On behalf of our group, thank you very much. Go out and have a fantastic Sky Harbor day. Bye-bye.